Buddhas of Bamyan. And well, there aren't actually any Buddhas left, but this location is in the Bamyan Valley, which is along the Silk Road. Here in the Bamyan Valley, the altitude's about 2,500 meters, and normally I'm okay at altitude, but I am noticing that the air is just a trifle thinner here, and it's to climb up this embankment here, so probably run out of breath by the time I get to the top. Used to live, dating back to the times before the Islamic conquest, which was sort of around about the 6th century. So for those of you that don't know, the region around Afghanistan was actually Buddhist up until the yes, a little bit thinner, so just let me catch my breath. But yeah, so up until the Islamic conquest around the 7th century, the area was predominantly Buddhist. And from what I've been reading, there was about up to 1,000 Buddhist monks that inhabited these caves right here. And we've got the big space inside the cliff face there, which is where the larger of the two Buddhas once stood. It was a height of approximately 55 meters, with the second statue, which is just a little bit further down that way, was around 38 meters in height. Unfortunately, both statues were obliterated by the Taliban in 2001. It's definitely one of the deeper caves. It's just some young kids, they climbed up the top of that scaffolding that's sitting in the space where the Buddha used to be, and then the Taliban came down and started shouting at them to get down. So there was numerous attempts to destroy these Buddhas before 2001 by various Islamic rulers, and as a result of those attempts, that some parts of the Buddhas had broken away. However, in 2001, Mullah Muhammad Omar, he's the founder of the Taliban, ordered their destruction once again, and they actually had a pretty hard time destroying them entirely. So they were using heavy artillery and anti-aircraft guns, dynamite, and the reason for the order being given to have them destroyed, and Muhammad Omar was actually quoted as saying that there was numerous international organizations that had offered funding to restore the Buddhas, and Muhammad Omar didn't like that too much. He was curious as to why international organizations would stump up cash to restore an object as opposed to using the funding to provide humanitarian assistance to Afghanistan, and that upset him quite a bit, so he ordered to have the Buddhas destroyed entirely. Just back there was some fragments of the Buddha, or what's left of it. There's certainly a lot of caves here. I think they'd have little difficulty accommodating 1,000 monks. Stoked to be able to see this historical site whilst in Afghanistan, and naturally it would have been better to see it with the Buddha still intact, but it is what it is.